WKRG News 5 is your local election headquarters, and this morning votes are still being counted in the presidential election. A winner has yet to be declared in Pennsylvania, Georgia, Nevada, North Carolina, or Alaska.
As of this morning, Democratic challenger Joe Biden has 264 electoral votes, 6 shy of the 270 needed to win the presidency. President Donald Trump has secured 214 electoral votes. The president's campaign has filed lawsuits in Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Georgia, demanding access to observe ballots as they are being processed and counted.
Today, we met with all our lawyers. We are going to file suit in Pennsylvania. It's a shame that we have to do that. It's the last thing that we wanted to do. It's the last thing my father wanted to do. But this is rampant corruption.
And the president holds slim leads in both Pennsylvania and Georgia, but the remaining ballots come from Democratic-leaning areas. Speaking in Delaware, Joe Biden looked past the election.
It'll be time for us to do what we've always done as Americans, to unite, to heal, to come together as a nation.
If Biden were declared the winner in Nevada, the state is leaning his direction. He would win the state's 6 electoral votes, bringing his total to 270, the number needed to win the presidency.
This morning in Portland, Oregon, people are cleaning up following a string of violent protests across the city. This as police deal with unrest following the results or the lack of results in this presidential election. On Monday, Oregon's governor issued an executive order to help prevent and suppress violence in the city ahead of the election. Overnight, windows at some businesses were smashed as police tried to break up a crowd of protesters. No word this morning on how many people were arrested there overnight. In Phoenix, Arizona, officers in tactical gear responded as a demonstration grew larger outside of an elections office. More than 200 people protested as workers counted ballots. The Associated Press declared Joe Biden the winner of Arizona's 11 electoral votes late Tuesday night. But CBS News has yet to declare a winner in the state, saying it is too close to call.
In Las Vegas, a group supporting President Trump gathered outside an election office to protest. They say the county hasn't allowed anyone to observe ballot counting, raising concerns about how long it's taking to come up with results. More than 70 people showed up at the protest, including one man with a rifle. Nevada has 6 electoral votes. Joe Biden is leading in the state by 1 percentage point.
Here on the Gulf Coast, voters are getting anxious with no clear winner in this presidential race.
Megan Mackey is joining us live with reaction from people here along our stretch of the Gulf Coast. Good morning, Megan.
Good morning, Bill and Jessica. The states along our stretch of the Gulf Coast have already been called, Alabama, Florida, and Mississippi, all for President Trump. But despite that, many people are uneasy not knowing the results that will determine who will take office next. Voters we spoke with say they've been glued to their phones, TVs, and scrolling through Twitter for the latest updates. Some told us they wish other states would get the results out quicker.
A little bit uneasy about it, so I'm waiting for the results. Would wish that the states, the battleground states where they have outstanding votes, could kind of get their act together.
It is a little bit unnerving, but it's just part of the process.
What do I think about the long wait? I think it's very hard on everyone, whether you're a Trump supporter or a Biden supporter.
Officials in states that haven't been officially called have come out publicly and said they want to ensure every vote has been counted before announcing those official results. So it's going to be hard to tell when exactly we will know who will for sure take office, but it could be delayed because of the legal challenges that's being presented right now. Reporting live in Mobile, I'm Megan Mackey for WKRG News 5.